Yeah, I think if you love the game, if you want to, wherever your goal is, you just got to stick with it. No matter the ups or downs, stay humble, stick with it, and work hard. It's like I said, my career has been a roller coaster, but I never gave up. There's been moments where I wanted to, but I always stuck with it and always fought the fight. So I think that's a big lesson. Just stay with it.
Interview prep, baby.
Pass the torch, man. Keeps getting better.
Pass across, Backlund, wait, shoots, scores!
Here's an opportunity for the Flames. Backlund with some room. Mikael Backlund shoots and Koskinen has Backlund scores and the Flames regain 3-0. Calgary Flames. Backlund scores!
Second of the period, Mikael Backlund ties it up at 3.
I think pretty early. Yeah, I loved sports as a kid right away, right off the hop. I know my parents told me I liked cars for a little bit, but pretty quickly I switched it to just balls and hockey sticks, mini sticks, and the puck and all that. And started skating when I was 3. Yeah, I went with my older sister to figure skating, but I was just upset I couldn't use a stick, so I quit after one time. I didn't want to keep doing it, and I think I was 4 at that time. So eventually my parents knew they had to put me into hockey, and but back then, street hockey was such a big thing, so I played a lot of street hockey early on before I can actually start playing. Both. I was looking up to players in my hometown team. At the time, they were playing the top league in Sweden, but I also my 2 biggest favorite players were Peter Forsberg and Timo Solani. And because I'm half Finnish, so that kind of why the Solani connection. But yeah, those were my 2 biggest stars that I really looked up to. From what I can remember, like since I was very, very young, my dream was playing NHL, and that was my mission, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. And there's been times during my career though there's been a lot of lows. For different reasons, not playing well, being injured, and other guys being more mature, growing like when I was younger and stuff like that. So, it's been definitely a roller coaster, and still is. The NHL season is a roller coaster. So, but yeah, it's been a lot of up and downs. But I always had a dream, and my mission was to play in NHL. So my first game there in 2009 was just right after World Juniors. I was struggling back home in Sweden, in Västerås, playing pro in the second league, and I needed to change. Just change the series. I played for my hometown my whole life. Like you said, going through playing as a kid, junior, under 18s, under 20s, the pro team, and I've had to move on. And so I got to play that one game, and then I went to the juniors in Kelowna in Western Canada, and got to play in WHL. But the year after was when I turned pro there. And biggest thing when I came into camp that year in 2009 from the management was that I had to be better defensively. I was a high-scoring, talented player, like a lot of high picks are, and I needed to work on my defensive game. So that was the biggest message from the management, coaches, GMs, everyone. So out of camp, they sent me down to the minors that year, so I had to start the season in the farm team, and it was a good lesson for me. It was grind, it was hard, but it's definitely helped me throughout my career. And it was adjustment for sure, and it was adjustment playing American League as well for me. And but yeah, I worked on it, and it definitely helped me my whole career. It's kind of, I found that, like I said, I scored a lot of goals since young, and a lot of points in general. And but to stay in NHL, I had to find a way to to be good on both sides of the ice. I knew I wasn't going to be maybe the top scorer, and you got to find a way to stay in the league and find out what you can be, and to learn to play defense and to be a two-way player was the key for me to be in the league, and that's something I kept working on, and I think that's a lot of people say about me now, that I'm a solid two-way player, and that started right from my time in the minors throughout my whole career. All the coaches I've had during my time have always been hard on me to maintain that two-way play and be really solid on it, and I think that's why I'm still in the league. Yeah, it's great. It's a huge honor to play so many games for one team and play so many seasons, and there's been so many times because of the way the NHL and pro sports are with trades and all that. There's been times where I think I was going to get traded, and it never happened, and I'm very happy about it, and because we love Calgary, me and my family. We rooted ourselves there, made our second home, pretty much our first home, and so yeah, it's very special, and I'm very honored that I get to still be here and still be a Calgary Flame. Yeah, I mean, my first captain was Joe McGinley, who was a player for Boston Bruins for a bit, and him, Robin Regier were the two leaders on that team when I first got there, and they were great guys, and they taught me different things. It's just coming into the locker room with those kind of players is very special, and always, I looked up to them, and just the way they carry themselves every day and how to care of themselves on and off the ice, something that stood out for me right away. Same thing, how it's very important. I mean, it's important for every athlete, but in the Canadian market where hockey is so big, the community work is a big thing too, and that's what those leaders did on that team when I came into the league. Like I say, Ginla and Regier and some other guys as well. They all did a really great job in the community as well, charity work, and that's something I've looked up to as well. I wanted to do so. There's a lot of things they taught me, and they were great leaders for me early on. Yeah, I think it's important. I've learned a lot through the guys before me, like Joe said. Like I said, when I came in, Ginla Regier, and then when Ginla left, Mark Giordano took over and was the captain for probably 7 or something seasons, or even more, maybe. I don't know on top of my head, but he was a great leader for us as well. We had some really good players in between there too, and during these years, because I stay with the same team and stay in the league, maturing on and off the ice, became more and more vocal and more of a leader on and off the ice. So now, being co-captain on the team, I feel it's important that I make sure everyone's doing well and make sure I lead by example and take care of everyone on the team. And and I can reflect on what my captains did in the past. So it's an honor to be a co-captain and to be one of the leaders on the team, and it's very special, and it's something I value a lot. Yeah, there were some really tough times in NHL for me. Yeah, too. The 1 year, my second full season, I had 2 injuries in one season. It was very hard on me. And being away from the team too was hard. Felt kind of isolated from the guys. It was hard to get close to anyone really, because they were, I was never around when they were on the road or at home. It was just a very hard year for me, my second year, and lockout came in the next year after, and that was great for me. I mean, it's some guys it hurts, some guys it helps. It's always that with the lockout. It's never good for the league. I don't want a lockout, but it helped me in my career. I got to go home to play in Sweden. I got to go home playing with Fons, not Fonataro. Right? That was great. I had a great time in Sweden, and that year definitely helped me set up my career in NHL as well. Because the year before, I was dealing with a lot of injuries, and I was dealing with not knowing how long I was going to survive in this league. Just a lot of negative thoughts off the ice. It was a tough year. I only played 41 games, and going home, playing a little bit in the lockout helped me get back to my level in the NHL and restore my career. Once I kind of settle in. I felt like, you know, I'm a big part of this organization. You just want to, because early on in career, all you want to do is kind of make the NHL and be a regular player and prove that you can be a player. And then once that's settled, all you want to do is just win. You want to win early on, but it's also you want to stay in the league. And so, yeah, you know, coming in every year, I wanted to win. And Calgary became more and more special. And even now, 14 years later, you know, there would be nothing better or more awesome than to win with Calgary Flames, the race is Stanley Cup. As a Calgary Flame, that would be amazing. And to see that dream or that goal in front of me, it's something that drives me every day to be better and to help my team. But yeah, there's been some tough seasons for sure where we have been in the bottom and where we had to go young, change up, trade some big guys, and so that wasn't the most fun. But at the time, I was kind of young too, so for me, it was kind of the right timing as well. But I got some more playing time. I got to develop in the league, where it's when you play maybe on a really good team and you're young, it's kind of hard. Like when I started my first year, I was fourth line all year just because we had a really good team with a lot of veteran group, which was great. We should have made the playoffs. My first 3 years, we missed playoffs with a great team on the paper. We just couldn't get the connection in the room. And so yeah, I mean, it's been part of a little bit of everything through my years, but coming in every year, I just want to win the Stanley Cup with the Calgary Flames, and it's my home. And yeah, that's my dream, to hoist the cup. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, once I kind of settled into the NHL, I reached out to our people in the organization that takes care of all the charity work, and said I wanted to get involved. I saw what other players were doing on the team, the older guys, leaders, and I said I wanted to do something personal as well, not just the team stuff. And I think it was like around 2012, 13, 11, can't really remember.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember I just reached out, wanted to start something, and and I started working with Kids Cancer Care, remember, in Calgary, and around the same time, unfortunately, 1 or 2 years later, one of my best friends passed away with cancer, so that grew even stronger for me to keep working with Kids Cancer Care, start doing more in Sweden. I also started working with Special Olympics early on in my career, and I still work with them in different ways. Recently, they had a breakfast for champions, just a fundraiser where as a breakfast event, and me and a couple teammates went there, and it's great. And then in 2014, I met my wife, and in 2013, she lost her mom to ALS. And so once she came, she said she always wanted to make a difference for the ALS community, and because she wants to. Well, her mission is to help and find maybe not personally find a cure, but do whatever she can to get there one day. So right away, when her first season, we said, let's do something with ALS in Calgary. So we started hosting families with ALS, because she said one thing that's important, or that she felt when her mom had ALS, is that you have like a special night, a special memory. So we thought bringing the whole families to games would be a special night for them, something they can remember forever. And started in the fall of 2014, and I think we hosted over 80 people, or 80 families now. Wow. Since then. And it's been great. I've heard great feedback, and because of COVID, I couldn't do so many meet and greets, but this year we're back on. So after games, I do it once a month, and after the game, I go see them after as a meet and greet, and it's mixed emotions. It's great to see them and see their families, but also hard to see the people that are sick, and just knowing how hard it was for my wife. We weren't together at the time, but just see what she went through always reminds me, and it's always very hard too. So yeah, that's what the main charities we're really passionate about is ALS, and make a difference there. And then I work a little bit with Kids Cancer Care, Special Olympics, and recently Parachute for Pets reached out, smaller pets organization in Calgary.
You a dog guy?
Yeah, I have two. I used to have two, now one. One of our dogs passed away, so now I have 2 dogs, so we help them out as well. Peter Forsberg. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Who?
Zlatan?
Oh, yeah. The
Soccer?
soccer player.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I think he's in the MLS now, right?
No, he went back to, he's in Milan.
Oh, is he?
He's in Italy
Got
for the
it.
last 2 years. He's injured right now, though, but yeah. I just keep it simple. Like chicken and pasta. Pretty simple. I mix in sweet potatoes on the road sometimes, but yeah. I love Avicii, David Guetta. So I know their top songs.
Yep.
It's hard when you talk about myself, but I think a lot of people would say that I'm a kind, genuine person. Yeah, I think if you love the game, if you wanna, wherever your goal is, you just gotta stick with it. No matter the ups or downs, stay humble, stick with it, and work hard. It's like I said, my career has been a roller coaster, but I never gave up. There's been moments where I wanted to, but I always stuck with it and always fought the fight. So I think that's a big lesson. Just stay with it.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoyed the content. There's plenty more Pass the Torch episodes, along with other podcasts we got going on and video series we do. So subscribe, and we'll see you later.